Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Baluku, and I'm going to be the presenter for now. Allow me turn off the audio, sorry, the video, and I also share my screen. Just in a minute. And I'm going to be running through the slides, yeah, for the interest of time. Just so we can. Please confirm if you can see my slides.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, Brian, we can see your slides.
Thank you. So once again, my name is Brian, and I'm a full-time ICT officer in banking. I work in the banking sector, and also I contribute and support open and free knowledge, and also I advocate for using of the open source softwares, and also contribute to them. So I've been a member of the Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda, abbreviated as Wikimedia Uganda, which started 10 years ago, and we celebrated our 10 years last year. And I've been a member since 2021, and I've uploaded over 1,224 images, files that include images, videos, audios, and also PDFs. So I've trained, mentored, organized events, spoken about, and also contributed to the various Wikimedia projects. So in short, I can say that I'm a Wikimedian. So I'd like to remind us that this is an official Wikimedia Foundation event, as Uganda is an affiliate of the Wikimedia Foundation. So also we have to follow some of the international policies, such as the friendly space policy, basically which says harassment-free experience for everyone in your events and also venues, regardless of your gender, sexual orientation, identity, disability, physical appearance, race, ethnicity, political affiliation, and so on. If you want to read more about it, then there is a source down there. When you click on it, the slides will also be shared. They're going to be both like a guide and also the presentation slides also as a guide, more of a detailed way to guide us in the future on when we want to revise them. So by the end of this session, you'll understand what Wikimedia Commons is and why it matters, know the different types of media, the copyright, and also where some of the files we upload are used. And also it is going to be as a guide on how to upload these images and so much more. So basically, Wikimedia Commons is a sister project to the various projects under the Wikimedia family. So the Wikimedia Foundation has these other different projects that support each other. So Wikimedia Commons is the repository for the media files. This is where all the files are kept, then used onto other platforms. We're going to see the files that are supported. So in a nutshell, Wikipedia is the online encyclopedia. This is where we write articles and we publish them about anything, literally. It can be an event, it can be a person, it can be a lake, it can be, so basically they are articles. Then a Wiktionary is a dictionary that has been translated in multiple languages. Wikiquotes, there we are quoting notable people. Like say the president said this, we can put that in quotes. Also the universal learning resources, Wikisource, basically here we are documenting, it is a digital library where we are getting say hard copy books and transforming them into text that can be read by humans and machines. It's not just a matter of scanning and uploading the text there, but you have to, basically we use like the character readers, we scan that text, then you have to verify. MediaWiki, all the software that is used within the Wikimedia Foundation is developed by people, maintained by people, and also used by people, even other societies, even those people not within the community. So for the journalists, also there is Wikinews, where you can do open journalism, can publish that content also. Wikibooks, like we create manuals, guides, and all that we can find online. So also there is Wikispecies, we are documenting the botanical names, the biologists who know those names, the Mangfella indicas and all that. Then Wikivoyage, here we are documenting it is a travel guide, the hotels, the places where you can tour and all that. Then also Wikidata, it is also structured information instead of getting a detailed article about Uganda. Uganda got independence. The presidents are these. This is economic activities. We are just going to pick bits of information on Wikidata where we say Uganda got independence. We put the date of independence. We put there. Maybe motto, slogan, coat of arms, like that. We pick bits, former presidents, then we list them, or current president, bits of information. Then wiki functions, that is where like people who like code, we say that if you want to query the database, this is maybe the function you can use in multiple programming languages. Then now we have MetaWiki, that is basically for the coordination of the events, like the way you see when you click on the link, it takes you to MetaWiki. So it is for documentation and coordination purposes. You can contribute to any of these. So using one account, you create one account on Commons. It can be used to log in any of these projects. So what is Wikimedia Commons? Basically, it is a community of volunteers around the world. And we have different roles there. As a site, it needs management at different levels. I have those people who can upload images. So for example, when you're uploading images, you're going to be an uploader. So also there are admins who are going to delete the images, who are going to lock access to some things, and also manage the website. Then there are also file movers. Say you want to rename an image and all that. So just put in a request and someone approves it. So sometimes if you're contributing, you'll not notice this unless maybe you want an extra feature. Stewards are there. So we have also VRT, that is the volunteer response team, where say, for example, you want to upload images for someone else. They are the ones you send an email to that, please, this person gave me authority to upload images on his or her behalf. So then they approve and then the images be there. And in a nutshell, I can say that if you ask me in one line, the copyright, so I can say that any file that violates the copyrights, rules, and guidelines is deleted. We shall see more about that, but also that file can be undeleted by admins after you verifying, say, the license information or confirmation. Yeah, as I've mentioned, you can upload other people's files with their approval. You can just pick someone. You're going to learn more about that. So let us look at the statistics as 2025. So it has over 128 million files that have been uploaded. Every minute, like someone uploads an image, so the number is always increasing. So also it is a multilingual site, meaning that you can contribute, like the captions and also the descriptions can be translated within multiple languages, over 332, and others are still under incubation. So they're being brought on board. Then also it has active users, 40,000 people who are always contributing, say uploading images. And also we have other users, so people who come and visit the site, people who use the images, and all that. There are also 13 plus million people. Then as of today, so far the cumulative views, there are 1.9 billion views that have been viewed, but they keep incrementing. So still, if you want to explore more about the statistics, you can check out that source link that is underlined within this particular slide. Then what can be uploaded on Wikimedia Commons? So basically you can upload an image of anything, can be a person, can be a building, animals, landscapes, events, cultural heritage, documentaries, tutorials, among other files. And also that is for images and videos. And also for sounds, you can record, say, interviews, birds, narrations. You can just say that you want maybe someone to hear like the sound of traffic jam within, say, Kampala, or even sound effects for the DJs. But of course, whatever used within that file should not be copyrighted. It can be your original creations. So also you can upload slides, magazines, guides, PDFs, and any other file. We're going to see more about that. Then also not every file format is allowed on Wikimedia Commons. So there are accepted files such as JPEG or PNG, SVG, TTF, XCF, those ones. So when you're uploading, say, images, please, or maps or illustrations, please use that kind of format. Then for the audios, they usually use .ogg or GAFLAC. MP3s, unfortunately, are not allowed, but still the conversation is ongoing. So basically anything on Wikimedia Commons is literally supposed to be open source. We are going to see more about that. Then for the animations, you saw the cameras and all that, the illustrations that are used in here. So they are supposed to be in .gif or in metadata.svg. Then for the videos, MP4 still is not allowed. We allow, say, .ogv and also WebM. So meaning either you have to convert those files to .ogv or to WebM. Yeah. So online tools are there, and also there are open source tools such as Handbrake that you can use, or even though you use the known video editor, still you can be able to convert that. Then also for PDFs, the documents, you upload them in PDFs, and also the DJ view, that is for scans, we usually upload when we want to share them to the other side of Wikisource to digitize them. Then also 3D models, you can upload them using .str. So all formats that are not supposed, they're supposed to be converted. So even not that you're supposed to be only uploading images that you've captured now, also you can upload images that even you captured way back, as long as say you can verify the copyright is yours or you own, say, the copyright to such kind of files. Yeah. And also maybe to put this when you're converting the videos, sometimes the metadata is lost in the process. Then also some of the files that cannot or should not be uploaded in Media Commons. First of all is copyrighted media. Don't upload it as it will be deleted. Even personal selfies without relevance. So yes, you want to be in Media Commons, but don't upload lots and lots and lots of images. Yes, you might upload an image or two or maybe 10 or different events to show maybe the work or to get the world to know you. So you want to share it on certain slides or somewhere. Then also pornographic content, please, that one don't upload it. Then also images with logos and watermarks. Yes, since we are photographers, we usually want to put watermarks and logos within our images or works. Please, when you're uploading these images, don't add watermarks and logos. Sometimes whether it is very tiny or small, or whether it is transparent, someone will nominate that image for deletion. And we are going to see why that is not allowed. So of course, videos encouraging terrorism, say you're lacking maybe hosting space, then you want to upload it on Commons, please be sure that it will be nominated for deletion unless you justify why probably you need that, say, for example, if it is going maybe in Wiki News and something like that. Then also don't upload near similar images. Basically what this one means is say maybe you're in front of a member of parliament, you want to take images, and you take like 10 batch images at once. Say maybe he's looking on the left, he's looking on the right, he's looking in front, he's coming closer, you want a full something. So those ones are usually considered as near images. Since you find you've taken maybe lots of images and deleting them, sometimes images are too good and you say, why should I delete this? Yet I put in a lot of effort. Please don't upload near similar images. So that is maybe you've taken up to the chest, now up to the waist, like that. So don't upload near images. Then also don't, since it is a competition or we want to document this, don't just go on Google and or maybe any other browser and just search for the images that maybe I'm seeing one of the MPs is not having a photo, or maybe I know this artist and you don't really have the image and you want to upload something, don't just go on Google and download that image. But unless they're under a Creative Commons license, the open license, we usually simply term it open license. So that is where you can use. Google has the features where you can advance and you search based on the copyright or even the quality that you want. So also you can upload the images from other open source licenses, something like that. Then also we are looking at metadata. Yeah, so please, we have mixed metadata. This is where you find that Bran has taken the photo, but borrowed a camera, say, from Sandra, and within maybe Sandra had put in, say, the metadata or the copyright name. Sometimes some cameras, when you go in the manual settings, instead of just always updating the metadata, let me just put it directly into the camera. I say copyright holder, Sandra. Then maybe the license, something like that you put. So when Brand borrows the camera and I take images, then I upload them on Commons, that is going to be mixed metadata. Brand is the one who took the image, but the metadata in the camera is showing that it is Sandra. So that image is going to be deleted. That is mixed metadata. You cannot prove that it is your own copyright. So then they will say that at least Sandra can upload those images, or Sandra has to confirm that she authorized you to upload these images. So that's how metadata comes in. And in case that one happens, when the files are uploaded on Commons, then Sandra has to send an email to the VRT. The email can be shared that please, I've authorized Brian to upload these images under a free license on my behalf. So if you don't do that, whether you've uploaded 10,000 photos, they'll be nominated for deletion, and every single one of them will be deleted. So I recommend that if you're borrowing cameras, say from your people, or maybe you want the one that is going to do the extra zoom, please ensure that at least you remove the metadata within that image. Because when you're creating your username, you can not necessarily use your name, but if the metadata does not indicate, say, the copyright of someone, then at least you will believe that you took that image. Then also we are in the age of AI. Then AI-generated media is also allowed, but you have to specify that I used AI to generate this content. And also you have to provide the prompts you use to create those kinds of images or media files. That one is also very important. So this is an example of mixed metadata. So for example, Brian uploaded, and we are seeing that the title is showing photo by Eddie Sejoba. Yeah, so even though some cameras, they usually show you copyright holder within the metadata, especially when you click, say, on show extended details. So this one was just a summary of the metadata. So don't name images photo by this and so it wouldn't be recommended. Yeah, but don't worry. These rules are not cast on stone. They are always reviewed and adjusted by the Wikimedia Commons community, and also you can participate in these kinds of conversations. Then let us look at the licensing and copyright on Wikimedia Commons. So basically the copyright law, I'm going to be summarizing the one is Wikimedia Commons always tracks the copyright changes within the different countries where people are taking images from, and also they update them on Wikimedia Commons. So each file that you take is going to be judged basing on the copyright law of the country where you took that image from. Yeah, for example, if you can take, say, the image of the anti-corruption monument in Rwanda, we are going to use the laws of Rwanda, copyright law of Rwanda, to judge that image. So we are saying it violates the copyright, it's going to be deleted, whether it's you who took that particular image. So I'm going to be summarizing the copyright law on the Commons page, which is Copyright Rules of Uganda. So basically, the Uganda has been part of, as a member of the Berne Conference and also part of the World Intellectual Property Organization Treaty since 2022. So in Uganda, they introduced the Uganda UK Copyright Act in 1953, but it was not subsequently updated to reflect, say, the laws within the UK. If they update in UK, they are not reflected, say, in Uganda. So they formed a law basis in 1964. For interest of time, I'm not going to go more into the details. Then it also evolved into the 2000 Act. Then also in 2018, WIPO listed the Copyright Law and Neighboring Rights Act of 2006 as the main intellectual property law by the legislature of Uganda. So some of the things are not protected, such as the ideas within the copyright law, such as the concepts, procedures, methods. They're not really, the link is here, you can read more about it. Yeah, so also copyright, no copyright on the following works, the decrees, the digital instruments, orders and committees, all that is basically public information, since majorly MPs are always representing us. Yeah, then under the combining both the 2006 Act and the 1964 Act. So basically they're saying that for the publications, say audiovisual unknown authors' work, photographic work, broadcasts, and unpublished works. So they are usually protected for 50 years from the date of publication or from the date when they were made. So, and also we have the economic rights. So, for example, someone has published his book. So, as long as that person is alive, they own the copyright to that work. And also they add on 50 years after their death. Then also for joint authors, you co-authored a book or maybe a paper, then until the lasting survivor, that's when you're going to really edit. I mean, that's when the copyright is, say, going to end, I don't know, 50 years. So also we have the works by certain organizations and bodies. So also they are copyrighted for 50 years from the date when they were published. Then also in a nutshell, I can say that for the currencies, the copyright laws are usually owned by the Bank of Uganda. So please don't take images of the banknotes and upload them. They are going to be deleted. Then also in Uganda, we accept the freedom of panorama. So if something is copyrighted and you take it, say, from when it is not, say, the main item or the main focus within that particular image, then also it can be accepted. That is one of the ways how people usually bypass the copyright. So you find that you're uploading an image is not entirely focusing. So maybe, let me say, Mapera House, but you're taking a side. But when we go to, say, on Wikimedia Commons, someone might maybe crop out that and say, I'm using freedom of panorama. This building was not the main subject. So for public domain, this is where someone says, me, I don't mind whether someone attributes me or not. I'm creating this image so that people out there can really use this information. So I'm releasing all the rights. Use the image in whichever way you want, whether you attribute me or not. Yeah, as I mentioned, ideas, concepts, also they're not copyrighted. Then that is the bit of Ugandan law. Then here we are coming to Wikimedia Commons. Yeah. So Wikimedia Commons does not allow any license that restricts usage of media files. So I'm going to explain more in the next slides. Yeah, so basically the licenses that we use on Wikimedia Commons should not restrict someone from doing something. So basically selling the image, modifying the image, and all that. So we're going to see also that. And also I mentioned that Wikimedia Commons also follows the copyright of the country where the files were captured. Yeah, so these are the types of licenses that we have. So basically, they are Creative Commons licenses that we use. So basically, in Creative Commons means everyone should use maybe that file. Then on the left, those are the acceptable licenses. And on the right, those are the licenses that are not allowed. So for public domain, as I mentioned, you're releasing rights whichever sort of place, or whether on the billboard, whether in the magazine, someone should use the media file the way they want. We're going to break it down in the next slide. So also CC0, we usually use it for the text. The information is there. You cannot really copyright the text or the information that is there. Then also we have a license, which is CC BY, that is Creative Commons BY. Basically, this one you have to attribute the person. Someone has donated his image or has given his image to be used, has uploaded on Commons for anyone to use, but the condition is you have to attribute this person. That Brian is the one who took this photo, and it has 4 versions, but we usually use the 4th version, 4.0. And also they modified that one and brought in another license, which is CC BY SA. So basically it means Creative Commons by, that is by you need to attribute someone, also share alike. If you got this file under Creative Commons license, then also you're supposed to share that file under a Creative Commons license. And it is usually the default when you're uploading files on Wikimedia Commons. So still to learn more, there is a link. These slides will be shared. There's also a link to the Commons license. Then on the right is, I mentioned that the license should not restrict someone from doing anything. The only thing they need is your attribute or maybe share under the same license. So, but we're seeing that on the right, the first one is a CC BY NC, non-commercial. So that one basically means you're not supposed to sell this image. You can maybe use it in a book, magazine, and all that, but you're not supposed to sell this image. So where you say, for example, you're downloading it and uploading it on, say, maybe a website that sells photos or stock footage or stock images, then you're not supposed to sell it. They restrict you. Then no derivatives, so basically non-commercial and no derivatives. No derivatives meaning you're not supposed to make other files out of it. You're supposed to use that image the way it is. So that one is restricting someone. Then also, we're saying non-commercial, still there, you're not supposed to sell the image or the media file that you're having, but you're supposed to share it under the same license. So the last one is no derivatives, but you're supposed to attribute. So don't make other, say, files out of that. Then when we break down the CC by SA 4.0, so basically it allows someone to share the image, can copy that image, redistribute it in any medium or format. Even they can use that, they can sell that image commercially, but they are supposed to attribute you, they're supposed to give the credit, and they're supposed to share that image under the same license. And also this particular license can allow someone to remix, transform, build upon. Say, for example, maybe if you've uploaded, say, a logo, or you designed a certain maybe building, someone can, say, for example, maybe try to maybe crop out. Say you took an image, say, for example, of Mapera or a certain monument, the way we usually see, for example, in graphics, these posters we usually put out, say, for independence. There is that independence monument, someone crops out the image, then maybe puts in other elements within that particular image. So someone has transformed the image and probably has remixed it. Sometimes we make it black and white. Yeah, so that is basically remixing, adapting, and also building upon the purpose. And someone can choose to sell that image. So basically, this is the license that is usually by default, but also you can choose to use, say, the CC0, or you can choose to choose the public domain mark, where you choose to release all rights and say, me, I don't mind whether you attribute me or not. So for example, this is, we are going to break down one of the images on Wikimedia Commons, and down we see image by CC by. So basically, we are trying to say that this image was taken by a user, B72N, and the license that is attached to that image is CC by SF 4.0, and I got it from Wikimedia Commons. So these are the different elements that you're going to be seeing on Wikimedia Commons. One is we have the summary. So what is it? Is the trees in Kalinzo Central Forest Reserve in Mitoma District, and the date when the image was taken. Remember I mentioned that whether you took the image in 2001, you can still upload those images on Wikimedia Commons, even 1994 if you still have them. Then also the author usually appear there. And if you turn on the camera location, then also the coordinates for that particular image can be captured. So if probably there are individual images or personal images, please, you can choose to remove the coordinates and just upload, say, the image. And also they will show you that the license information. So this is the licensing of this kind of work. So as I mentioned, it is CC by SF 4.0. So that is the open license. And still they tell someone that this is what the image entails. You need to share this image, or you can transmit it, share, and remix, adapt, but you need to attribute or give proper credit to that person. Then also the metadata is also displayed the public. So see what's captured using iPhone 11, and also the coordinates, the latitude and longitude, they are also there. Then in the bottom right, there is also the category, which we usually call, say, this is where a category is basically a collection of images. So when you click on this category, it is going to contain all the images of Kalinzo Central Forest Reserve. Yeah, so that is very important when we are uploading. So we want to categorize all the images that have been uploaded under this campaign or project under one category. So the categories that have been listed, say, on the metadata, on the meta page, and we are going to be still sharing them. So to know more about the details, the link is also attached down here. So where are your images used? So we know Amelia Chambade, and this is on the Luganda Wikipedia. Also, Wikipedia is multilingual, meaning we are supposed to create content where language is not a barrier. So the languages on the English Wikipedia are usually translated into Luganda, and also within Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda, we are still incubating the Runyankware Wikipedia. Yeah. So if you look at Amelia Chambade, then at least you can attach the face to the name. So this is one way. This image is picked from Wikimedia Commons and also inserted within this particular Wikipedia article. Yes, so that is one of the ways that you can use this image. So still someone can come on Wikimedia Commons and download this image, say use it on a poster, say for example, use it within a magazine, within a book, and it is okay for this person, and it is also fine. So you can use it even in motion graphics, in a video, something like that. So display maybe her history. So any way that they want, the license allows them. So this is another way, is you see that we have a map of Africa, and the dot, it shows where Lake Victoria is. So that one is always an illustration or a map. So you can also create these kinds of maps. Then also we are seeing that this is an article of Lake Victoria, and I think this image was captured from the skies or above Earth, and that's how it shows on the left, and it is used on a Wikipedia article. Then on the right, it shows that this image was picked from Wikimedia Commons. And if you want to learn more about this image, then you can click also on that link. Yeah, so what do you need to contribute to Wikimedia Commons? So basically, you need an internet connected device. It can be a smartphone. You can upload your images from a smartphone, or you can upload your images from a computer. And also when editing here, you're supposed to turn off your VPN. The moment you turn on your VPN, then you're going to be locked out unless you request for an exemption of, say, you let the administrators know that I'm going to be using the VPN, and you're supposed to state the reason why you're going to be using VPN. Can be maybe security, or maybe you're under a certain firewall, and they will exempt you from using that. So they will be knowing that we exempted this person because of this reason. Then also you need to create a Wikimedia account so that whichever images you're uploading, they're attributed to you. And in case you have an account on any of the Wikimedia projects that we saw, Wikipedia, Wikisource, any, you can still use that account to log within the Wikimedia. I mean, within Wikimedia Commons. So these projects, since they are all under the Wikimedia Foundation family, then they allow you to, they usually use what we call central authentication. Like you can log in any project using the same credentials. Yeah, so we're talking about uploading images, but also there are other things you can do. So for example, you can categorize the images. Someone uploaded them but didn't add them in a category, or you just want to create that category. That one is also possible. Then also when you're uploading the images, maybe someone didn't rename them, left the default names, still you can do that. Also, maybe someone accidentally uploaded an image with a watermark, then you can crop out that image or even the video. And also you can train other people how to upload images on Commons, say your fellow photographers, or even you see someone is going to delete the images because of space, that person can really upload these images here. Also, you can participate in conversations about policies. And still your dedication to contribute to the commons. You can write code, advocacy, and any other thing. So basically, how do you create an account? Is you just go to this page. That is, if you don't have an account, I mentioned earlier that it's going to be both a guide and also the presentation slides. So you just go to this link, commons.wikimedia.org, and in the top right, there is going to be a link where you can click on create an account. Then when you're creating your account, you can choose any username. Say, for example, you can maybe use, but the names are not supposed to be abusive. And still, you see there is on the username, there is a link that says help me choose. So there is always guidelines on the names. Don't use abusive words or cursing words within your username. You can use something like B722N, as we saw in the previous slide. Then also you have to enter a password that is going to be yours, and your username is going to be public and is going to be attached to you. You can choose to use your name, full name, yeah, for say, but remember that also when you're taking these images, put in consideration, someone might say this person took my images, if it is my privacy and all that, but there's nothing. Say, for example, Sandra is using her real name. So also you have to confirm the password. You need to enter an email address. This is very helpful. especially if you want to be receiving notifications. Say maybe your image has been nominated for deletion, or for example, you've forgotten your password and you want to reset that password. Then also there is a captcha. This one is usually intended to catch bots, these automated scripts that log into websites. So still, if you see like this one is not clearly visible, you can just click on refresh and you get a new one. They give you a new one. Maybe that is a bit simpler. Then you enter the text below where there's enter the text you see in that image. Then you can click on create your account. Then after creating, still if you want to log in, then also you go to commons.wikimedia.org. Then it shows you that login button still next to the create account button. Then logging in, that's how the page looks like. Yeah, for logging in, then you need to enter your password. You can choose whether you want the website to remember you with Media Commons instead of always clicking on saving, like login, login, or you can always choose to keep me logged in, and they usually keep you logged in for up to a year. After a year, then they'll force you to log in again. Then still here below the 2/2, there is always English. The interface also can be changed into another language, say Spanish, French, or the language that you desire. And in case you forget your password, you can click on forgot password. They ask you for your username. They ask you for the email, and you enter, then you'll be able to reset your password. Yeah, how do you confirm that you're logged in? Yeah, your username that you created before is supposed to be displayed, say next to the word English, as we see where that arrow is pointing. Yeah, so how do we upload images on Wikimedia Commons? So basically, there are two ways. You can either upload using a single upload. There are tools that enable you to do that. You can just go to the upload wizard, as you're going to see in the next slides. Then you click, and the upload wizard allows you to upload 1 to 50 files, so nothing more. And also you can choose to import images from other file sources. So for example, Flickr, where people can upload images under a free license. So also there are batch uploading tools such as Partipan, whereby you can get the file names, put them in a spreadsheet, then through Commons, then it allows you to upload all those images, probably any number that you have. Then also we have OpenRefine, that is Excel and storage. It is what Excel does, but more powerful, say basically more powerful than Excel. And also for people who probably don't want to convert or don't know how to convert the videos, we usually have Video to Commons. It is a tool, but it is a bit slower. And in case you're uploading and maybe it times out, you'll find that your upload, you have to repeat it afresh. And sometimes it is a bit technical. So I recommend that you upload your images after, files or videos after converting them. Then still on the page, if you want to upload, there are two ways. After logging in and confirming you're logged in, there's always the upload button here. And also on the left, you can click any. Then it will bring you to an interface like this one. It is the upload wizard. Sorry, I put a maximum of 100 files, but it is 50 files at a go. So you can either drag and drop, or you can choose to click on select media files to share. Then it will display an interface like that. Then you choose your 50 files that you want to put on Commons, or you can select 50 files at once. And below here, you see the share images from Flickr down. So also you can open an account or just put in the link and it comes in here. Then when you're uploading, so also you can always be checking the progress. There's a progress bar that shows you that you're left with 2 minutes, 1 minute. It also depends on how fast your internet is and also on the number of files that you're trying to upload. If you're uploading 50 files, also depends on how heavy or the quality of the files that you're trying to really upload. Yep. So then also sometimes maybe uploading the internet disconnects. You'll find that they are bringing these exclamation marks in hexagons. And also there is an opportunity to click on retry failed uploads, so that maybe your internet has come back and it resumes. Then sometimes again, you might be uploading, then you find maybe uploading an image that you uploaded before, Wikimedia Commons is able to capture that. So for example, in the first box here, it shows you that this file is already existing. So you just click on the remove button and you remove that file. Then you resume with others. So if the file uploads successfully, it usually brings that circle, green circle with a check, a white check in it. So it can be a mixture and upload images together with videos, together with PDFs. Yeah. So still now this is what we call you're releasing rights to an image. So basically here you can choose to provide information for all the files that go, or you can choose to upload an image or file. So you say, I'm giving this one, I got this image from this person, or at a go. Then you see that up here, they're saying provides some information for all files. So if you took the image, no need of change, you can upload them, can add the same information at a go, or provide information for each individual file. Yeah, so also this one, that means each file, whether there are 50, you need to be putting information like for that particular image. Then also you need to specify where these works created by you. So these works were created by me and anyone is free to use them. You're releasing the rights. Then all down you can say these works were created by someone else and they are free to share. So this is what I mentioned earlier before that you can still go say on Google and you search, use Creative Commons license, or you can go on Flickr. Even you find that say some museums, they usually have those pages where they say this license is under Creative Commons. So you have to upload that image, put the source where you got this kind of information. So you can say these works entirely created by me, that is if they're yours. So down, these works contain the works of others. Say, for example, maybe for logos that we usually use, you find that, say, for example, the one of Wikimedia, Wikimedia Uganda, maybe was used by, like they added the word Uganda, but there is a logo for affiliates within the Wikimedia Foundation. So you just have to add your name down there and become. So here we have to say this work contains works of others. Yeah, so maybe if you've transformed an image and something like that, or maybe you're uploading a PDF that has works of others, still you need to specify. So we are still on the green box. Then also there is a third option. I generated these works using artificial intelligence tool. So when you click on it, they are going to ask you for the prompts. What did you type in that generated this image for you? So that if, say, for example, they paste it within the same tool, can they get what you created here? That is also very important. Then when we go on the red box, that is where the license, as I mentioned, CC waiver, that is where you're saying, I don't mind whether you use my images, whether you attribute me or not. I'm just doing these images for public consumption or maybe to help other people somewhere in another world or country or even within my world. Then also we have the one of Creative Commons 4.0. That is basically someone needs to attribute. So wherever you use the image, but you need to attribute me. Then the third one, the one that is checked, is the one of CC attributions. I say like CC by SA 4.0. So you need to attribute me. And since I uploaded it under a free license, also you need to upload it under a free license, the way you got it. Or you can enter a different license, but we saw that other different licenses are not okay to use because they usually have restrictions. Then after that, they usually bring for you this page where you need to populate in the details. So what do you see in the image? Say the title of the photo. So I don't recommend you leaving the default image name there. So you need to say maybe like a man standing next to the bridge, or maybe MP so and so, maybe at this conference or in the parliament, or maybe something. Or you can just put there the name. Say that I'm putting there maybe John Doe, only that particular name. Then also the caption. So can put maybe John Doe up there. Maybe caption, you can say John Doe, maybe 2025, or maybe John Doe standing next to maybe a bridge, something like that. Then also we have this option, the description. So basically the description is you can choose to uncheck it When you uncheck it, it's going to bring a bigger box where you're going to enter, say maybe Mapera building. This maybe was constructed in this year. It is by this group and this and this. It is where maybe the headquarters, something. You put some information down there, say for MPs. You can say maybe he was an MP of this particular constituency or location. Yeah, something like that. Or this image, maybe like you were at a certain conference. You can say maybe John Doe at maybe the Arts Conference 2025 or the data protection and maybe in campaigns in Gulu, maybe 2025, something like that. Yeah, so the dates of work that were created or first published, this one is usually automatically picked from the metadata where like when you took the image. Yeah, so also the time is always there. Sometimes you might find the time is not captured, maybe say in the old cameras or something like that. But still, if you find maybe for like videos, after conversion, the metadata is lost, still you can click on this car date picker, this car calendar icon next to the date, and you choose the date when that file was taken. Then when we come to additional information, they tell you that this one is optional. So basically this one is usually for structured data. So for example, someone has, you can leave it out if you want, but also it is important to add it because it increases the searchability, like searching of this file. So the bots can say, I'm looking, say for Jendo, maybe Uganda, something like that. That's where they can get. So basically they say main subject visible in this work. What do you see in this image? So you can say I'm seeing Jendo if has a Wikidata item. If not, then you can say I'm seeing a human standing. Also, I'm seeing a bridge. Also, I'm seeing, say, a river, or maybe I'm seeing a forest, or maybe I'm seeing Mapera building, something. So that's where you put. They usually recommend like up to 3. Then the category we mentioned about this is where the category that they are going to give you, say Art and Feminism 2025 in Uganda. This last field, this is where you're going to input that information. Yeah, though the category is optional and still on Wikimedia Commons, say for photographers, also you can create your user categories. Say, for example, say files uploaded, say by B722N or Jendo or maybe James Waswa or someone else. This is where also you can enter your category. You can enter, say, you can enter the one for VisibleWikiWomen, can enter the one for Art and Feminism 2025 in Uganda, can add your personal, even sometimes you might find, say, as we said, like the other side, say also the same items can be having their own categories. Say, for example, say Jendo also has his category under his name, where we are grouping all the images of Jendo. Also, you can add it there. Then still, as I mentioned, is multilingual. Can choose to add a description in English, technician repairing a photocopier in Uganda. Then omukugwa daviriza ekyuma ekikuba empapula in Uganda. So this is the description in Uganda. So meaning if someone is searching, say, for omukugu or adaviriza or ekyuma ekikuba empapula. So basically this image is going to appear. That is the purpose of adding this image in other languages. It is not always a must, but if you can, so please also you can add that image. So this is what I mentioned like on the description. Said that in the previous one here, we see that the box was checked, same as caption. So meaning the caption you entered also will appear on the description. But here the box has been unchecked of same as caption. And this is what technicians usually repair, maintain printers in different places, Uganda especially dusty. And so that is the description that you can make a better one and also add it there. So these are additional items, what I was meaning, that when you see on this image here, this technician, we see that there is a person, there is a photocopier. So this is where we are saying that human, a photocopier, also a file cabinet. That's what we are seeing in this particular image. If we knew the name of this person, so probably also would search gender, and if the name appears, then you choose it. So also on the bit of categories, so here, people of Uganda by occupation. So if it turns blue, that means that category is existing. And if it is red, it means the category it does not exist. And please note that the categories are case sensitive. Yeah, so they are really case sensitive. People of Uganda with a capital U on Uganda, is different from people of Uganda with a small u. So please copy the categories the way they are and enter them the way they are. Then also for the information of the coordinates, latitude, longitude, and heading, also you can choose to remove them. Say, for example, you don't want to expose the location of maybe a certain minister or someone's sacred or private home, but you took the image or you happen to be there. Also, please ensure for privacy purposes, you can choose to remove this. You can just click on the boxes and you delete that information as in this slide. So where you've reached, the images are not yet on Wikimedia Commons. And if you don't hit the publish button, your images are not yet there. You have to hit the publish button to say that now, please, I release you, my files, I release you, go to the world and be used by other people. And this is the confirmation page where they send you the thanks for contributing to freely available media worldwide. So they will give you a thumbnail. This is what your image, the image you've uploaded. And also they will show you the link, say the HTML link, say if you want to share it to your friend or use it anywhere. So also there is this first link here. The one, use the link in a wiki or copy the text into the page. So that is the way you want to add it on Wikimedia Commons. And still also you can click on this technician repairing a photocopier to be able to do. And still you can click on upload more files to continue with the process of uploading in case the other time we were limited by the 50 files. So I don't know whether we have any questions so that we'll be able to address them.
Brian, there's some questions in the chat. Maybe I can read for you.
Thank you.
So Gilbert is asking, in instances where I upload a photo from my archives and I don't know the exact location, latitude and longitude, what do I do? That's the first question.
Yeah, the location is optional, as I've shown in one of the slides that you can choose to remove. Like here in this slide, we have the longitude and latitude, which is there, because even the location they're showing you here next to the location, there is the word optional. So you can choose to, if it is there, well and good. If it is not there, it is also okay. If it is there and you want to remove it, it is also okay, like in this slide that we have here. I believe that one is answered.
So, and then he also asked, what does that mean while exporting photos from Lightroom? Do we remove metadata?
No, metadata should not be removed, as we are seeing that it is one of the criterion that is used to assess whether the image is yours or not. And in one of the slides, I showed an example of the metadata. Yeah, so this is the forest of Kalinzu, and this is the metadata. It was captured using iPhone 11. And also there is another slide, a minute. Yeah, this one. So you see that latitude is there, the image, and please don't remove the metadata. You leave the metadata there. Yes, and also I request that we know there are tools that manipulate metadata. Please don't use, say, I saw Brian's name there or Sandra's name there, that is the copyright holder. I'm going to go into the metadata tools and I manipulate. If, say, Brian presents maybe an archive where he captured that image faster than you, then he's probably going to be winning the case. Yes, going to win the case that this image is mine. Say, for example, if it wins a competition, or maybe they use it in a certain way, or they want the owner of the photographer, you're winning an award, someone can come and say that this photo is mine. So don't delete the metadata. It is very important. If you delete it and upload the image, your image will be deleted or your file will be deleted. Yes. Yeah, Sandra, is there another?
Yeah, so I think that is all that I see. In case I might have missed out on any, that they're just really comments someone says a photographer is commonly known as a cameraman, but now I hear camera women. And then just introduction from Muni Photo, saying that she does photography and she tells stories of unheard so that can know their rights together, working to touch the slums charity foundation. And then I think there was a question about whether there would be 50 images um, together or individually. So this is our target of images that we want, but at least we can have any of the images, then any amount of images uploaded. But I guess that we can assign up to maybe at least 15 images from each person to be able to capture. We understand that it's a political period, but we will see how we can work together to have these images captured. Yeah. So over to you, Brian. Maybe there might be more questions from the people who may want to ask verbally.
Okay, so please, if there is a question, please feel free to, yes, seek a comment. Gilbert saying has picked interest in audio. That is great. So saying, so does that mean while exporting photos from Lightroom? I think that one has been answered. Yeah. So basically, I don't know whether we have any other question or suggestion or clarification or any comment. Please feel free to ask or raise your hand, unmute. Yes, so Sandra, I think this one is yours. Is there a specific list of individuals we need to capture, or should we recommend people to be capturing? Yes, we have a list. Yeah, let me get it here. We have a list of people. Yes, let me first stop sharing. Okay, I'm sharing again. Sandra, please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, so in this campaign, we have a list of people that we are targeting. Say, for example, these people don't have images on Wikimedia Commons. So one is female politicians, since still if you capture the ones of men, it is also okay. But these, say, for example, we look at Lois Bira Wambare. So when you click, these are blue links. And when you click on them, they take you to the article of a particular person. And also this Wikidata also takes you to the Wikidata item of this person. So when you come to the image, I mean the Wikipedia article of Lois Bira Wambade, then there is no image. And it would be nice to have an image of Lois or Bira Wambade here so that we know who this person really is. So when we search for like a media Chambade, so we see that there is an image to the name. So this one increases the visibility of women because now we know the face behind the name. And also still when you come on the Wikidata item, you see that there is no name to this person. Remember we said that Wikidata is structured information. So we are looking at Lois Bira here, saying is a human and also is a female, is a Ugandan, and also given name is that, date of birth here. So these are bits of information. So this information is usually used by, say, the chatbots that we are usually using, and also Google to respond to some of our queries. And still, if we can come here to Amelia Chambade and we click on say how Wikidata item, so that when the bots are discovering, they know say the first. So this image is there, and also there is a second one here. So still it can query the image of Amelia Chambade. So this entire list that is here, you see that there are 147 people, women. So even though you check to this one on this article, So you're going to see that there is no image. So we have politicians here. We have different sheets within this. So we have female politicians, and also we have the creatives. So for the creatives also we've categorized. So we have like Slivia Wari. So we have Ugandan artists. Then we have Ugandan actors. Then also we have comedians. These are people, the list here shows people who don't have images on Wikipedia and also their Wikidata. So also we have writers. We have theater people, producers, musicians, also Ugandan models, then also Ugandan film directors, then also television presenters, radio presenters, and also photographers, Ugandan photographers. So like this is a lady. Also, actually the entire list, they are ladies, but still if you get a chance of capturing, say someone not on the list, then also that one is very okay. So you see that also this one doesn't have an image. So if you get the chance, say for example, we have this image, you might find that the image that is existing there is maybe of a low resolution. Maybe someone used a phone that was not clear enough. Still, if you can capture these images, it is also okay. Yes, whether they're existing or not, because we really need also that quality photo that can be used across any particular image. So whether someone is on this list or not, please, Wikimedia Commons allows that person. And also I recommend that please you add their real names to the images that you're uploading. And in case, say, for example, you're trying to upload an image, say of Lois B. Rabwambale, and it exists. So you can just say, for example, on the name, you can add maybe like a 01 or 02 or 03, something like that. Yes. I don't know whether the question has been fully answered.
So I think it has been answered. There's another question that, do we have the starting date and ending date in publishing this file?
Sandra,
I can answer that.
yes.
So based on information I got from the president of Uganda Parliamentary Press Association, and also actually from some of you here, Miriam is on the call, and the photojournalists that are based in the parliament, they said that right now there's campaign taking all place, so it may be hard to get some female politicians. And I think I was also informed that the sessions or of politicians being at the parliament starts from towards the end of last November to early December. So I think this this could be going on until maybe December 15th, so that we can have as many photos as possible. But we need to just be sure that we are committed. I think for creatives, if possible, if we can finish it early, so that we can also ensure that they portion people or photographers, photographers with artists who can actually work together to ensure that these Wikidata items or Wikipedia pages are with the feminists. So that is what I would say in regards to the timeline. But I would like to invite maybe Sandra, who also knows because she's part of WOPA, and Miriam to comment on that in regards to if the timeline of 15th November or 15 December would be okay for photojournalists of Parliament. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandra. I wanted to inquire whether the date of 15th December can be adjusted a bit, at least up to end of January, to give us enough time to track the MPs who are on that list. We are sure that they'll be around after the elections, And also I commit that every time we have meetings where we have some of those MPs, I'll be getting in touch with you, Sandra, so that you can send out the camera person to come and capture the information that they need from the MPs. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Miriam, do you want to add anything on that matter? Okay, so I think we can leave it at that. Miriam might be having a problem with connectivity because they're actually already busy, also doing a number of work as politicians. She said she's unable to access because of her microphone. Miriam, feel free to also use the chat in case you can. And then Brian, there's another question that do we have? Oh, that's the. Is there a specific list that was already been addressed? There are several women photographers we can recommend to be added on the list. Yes, we are open to adding more photographers, but we're also aware that we need to facilitate photographers, you know. So we are open to having as many photographers as possible, but we also want to appreciate the time that photographers take by being able to facilitate them, maybe with transport to be able to capture these photos. So we are open to having more, but also we want to ensure that feminist work or labor is being paid for and not for free. Yeah, that is what I can say in regards to that. Yes, Brian.
And maybe also basing, I think also the question came maybe from another perspective. I don't know whether Gilbert maybe can specify, but probably also maybe through the other perspective that I've understood this. On the list of creatives, I think we have one photographer who is Sarah Waiswa. And this is a list that we used just only to query Wikipedia and also Wikidata to come up with this list. But also Wikimedia Commons does not limit you to say that you're only supposed to upload these people. So if you have photographers, if you have actors, radio presenters, even though they are not on this list, please also upload the images on Commons. And also uploading on Commons should not only stop within this campaign. So let us keep uploading these images, whether the campaign has ended, because find the campaign is going to be coming, say, once a year. But for your purpose of increasing and also creating more visibility, please keep uploading these images, whether the photographers, whether the presenters are on this list or not. And still, if you get a chance of capturing, say, male, also please, you can upload them. So these categories, we can add something and also we can remove something from them. So maybe here to show you that this is our category, which is art and feminism, 2025 in Uganda. So basically we have the posters there. And when you're uploading the images, please ensure that you add this category that is highlighted in blue here and to your images. And also there is one of also VisibleWikiWomen 2025. Also let me add this one here so that we see that we don't have images there. So category, say VisibleWikiWomen. So you see that the category is empty. So when you're uploading, please, as I showed you in one of the slides, let me take you back. So particularly on this slide here, when they say search for category, please ensure that you add the one of Art and Feminism 2025 in Uganda, and also you add in the Visible Wiki Women 2025 in Uganda, so that they be able to appear in the categories. So when we populate, this is an example, is we have Sebeti Amongi. This is the category where they display some of her images, as we see here. So still, if you click on one of them, you can see that Honorable Beta, but this is the name. So they put their E for we for D, Yeah, so that is our image. Also, Chakora Zone uploaded that image. The license information is here. When you scroll down, you see that also the metadata is there. And also the capture that someone used Adobe Photoshop Lightroom. And please don't over edit the photos. Yeah, please just stay sure that, okay, you can do some retouching, but at least someone is visible. Let us not put maybe a lot of editing, over editing. So that is also very important. So still, if you get another photo of still Betty Among, so still you can also add the image there. And also we have this category where we are tracking members of Parliament of Uganda. So you see that we usually have subcategories. So they're displaying this. So we have still the 10th Parliament, then also we have the 11th Parliament, and also we have, say, the 9th Parliament. So you see that the images, most of like these categories are empty. So you see that 10th Parliament, people might be there, but the images haven't been moved here. But when you come to the 11th Parliament, you see that we have the male and also we have the female. So still, even from looking at the numbers, our females 217, and so males we have 375. So still, if you choose to click on this one, you'll see that also there are those individual categories for the MPs, and also other images are here. Yeah, so these are also some of the images, but still you can choose, say, I have an opportunity to take a good quality photo more than this one. It is also okay. So you can upload that image. Still, as I mentioned, you see like Agnes Sibu, or sorry for butchering the name if I pronounce it badly. So this name is already there. But if you find you have, say, maybe her photo, you have for Sarah Opendi, still you can just append, say maybe Acheng Sarah Opendi, maybe 1 or 01 or 02, something like that. So that the images keep coming, yes. Yes, Sandra, I think that's all for my presentation.
Yeah, so there's another question that some questions are being posted in the WhatsApp group for the photographers. And one from Muni Photo said, if you have been uploading your photos and you realize that you've done a mistake, can you go back and redo after publishing the files?
Like you have uploaded an image that you don't need to upload, or like
Maybe
and
Muni,
then
you could
let
unmute
me,
and clarify.
or probably in the naming or something like that.
What I was meaning.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, please. We can hear you.
All right. Like what I was meaning, like when you're uploading the picture and like you realize you have done a mistake, like in the comment, like trying to identify the picture, like to, I don't know how to say it, and you realize, hey, I need to go back and to redo what I've written on the picture, yet it was not the direct, like together in the spellings, and you need to write the correct English or the information you have written on the picture, it's not the right information, and you realize it when you have already published the picture. Can you go back? Because I faced that challenge when I was in Wiki Loves Earth, and I would upload pictures and you want to change or you write another English on that picture so that you can explain it very well. And when you have already you have already published them, so it was very hard. Can that picture be counted, or it's like I don't know how to say it. I think
Okay.
that is it. That was it.
Yeah. Yes, I've gotten what your question is. So, say for example, we have Jack Sabiti. Say probably maybe you've typed the name wrongly, so it was double I, and or you put double I when it is supposed to be a single I. Then you see that here, if you're logged in, you're going to get additional features. And if you're not logged in, some features are going to be taken away. And some of the features might appear after you maybe uploading like 4 images, or they can restrict and say maybe you're supposed to be like active for like 4 to 10 days. But still, if you realize that that mistake has been made, there is always there is always this move button here. So when you click on move, then it shows you that you're requesting to rename a file. So they give you samples here. They tell you that if you're the requester and you're trying to rename this image, then you can just come down here and you choose that I'm the original uploader of the image. And what am I trying to do? Then I can say that I want to change this name. I make it say Jack Sabiti with a single I. So the moment you click out, then it populates the name. So still, if you want to add another reason, you say here, you can add that the correct name is or contains a single I, then you publish. But still, this one also is optional. Then you click on request renaming. So this is where the file movers or the admins who accept the changing of the names will be able to approve that. So still, there are other reasons. You find that I mentioned that there are other ways of contributing to commons. And another one is you find that now you left in the camera names. So you see that it has the date, like this one here has a date. Has a date or Gen 4, so it is a bit bigger. You can also rename that. Even there is this one here. So also that one, you just have to choose like a meaningless or ambiguous name. So sometimes also there are obvious errors. Say, for example, maybe a smartphone, say probably in Uganda, smartphone is so broad that different brands, so the way you see here, they're saying smartphone, yet it has, say, a different brand, Samsung Galaxy, not series. So when you're changing, you can also enter the name here instead of smartphone, then you enter Samsung Galaxy Note series, something like that. Also, sometimes you find that we have these names here, the way they are. Then also obvious errors. I think you see the way here they are reading ayers. Say it started with an R. So here in the name, here an ayah rock here, but the correct name is supposed to be here. So if you're renaming this file, you have to go to the move tool and you'll be able to put. So you choose, when you come here choosing, it is obvious errors. So up here, you can either click on it or it is a guide. So even you might want to harmonize a set of names. Say you find it is Brian Baluku and Baluku Brian. Might want to say this, I want to harmonize. Or say, for example, the way you see, we have an abbreviation. Some people call it Wikimedia Uganda. Other people call it Wiki Uganda, but the official name is going to be Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda. So you might choose to say, I want to remove all images from Wikimedia Uganda to Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda. So also that is possible. So also more reasons here that are telling you non-controversial maintenance. Say, for example, you uploaded the image has .svg.png. Say, for example, you removed it from from SVG, that is the scalable vector graphics. It is a file extension, and you want to make it a PNG. So like those names. So for example, you use maybe an online converter. It is like a Word document. You want to convert it to a PDF, then it brings .doc.pdf. So also you can request for these, and when you click on request naming, then the request will be submitted until the admin approves it. So also here, like this is, for example, this is the work of the volunteer response team that I communicated about earlier, Verity here. So this one, they upload the image, someone confirmed that it is, yes, someone, the owner of the image, sent an email to confirm. Then another way is we have edit here. We have edit here. So there are two editing modes. So for example, you've made a typo within the description. So you can click on edit up here, then you come here and you say, what did you make a mistake in? So we have like description. So you can choose to say also I want to rename, like I put the name of Sabit here. Yeah, then you click on say, apply changes. So you see that after say publishing, the name is going to be appearing there. So even if you don't want to use this edit source, then also there is there too. Also, there's this other edit source which is displays information a bit simpler here. So for example, still also you can change the name of Sabit from here. So you see that there is the French description here, portrait, the Jack Sabiti. So you can still click on say visual editing to see the changes. So you see the description is in English and also it is say in French or Francais. So that is That is basically.
Brian, I didn't know that you are very good with French like that.
So basically, those, and also they show you where the image is used. So basically, yes, that is how you correct some of the mistakes. And still, someone can nominate your image for deletion. Yes. So in case it violates the copyright or the laws, you see that here someone can say, no, this one is not right. Please nominate this image for deletion from here. So someone still can choose to crop the image. So it is a lot going on. In case if there's a challenge, please reach out and we shall be able to help. Yes, Sandra? No, is there any other question?
So there's a question in the chat,
yes,
which
please.
is from Sandra from Uganda Women's Parliamentary Association. And she's asking to talk about the MOU. I think that Sandra will get in touch with you and also Uganda Parliamentary Press Association, because we want to also ensure that we have a legal document that can front our partnership beyond, because we have other campaigns that will be amplified. And in regards to extending the timeline, I think we'll also discuss this together, and it's good that the ED is here. So whenever I talk to her, she would have already heard this, and we'll extend the timeline accordingly so that we have the what? We have all the images captured of female politicians timely. And I think this will help a lot in other campaigns like Wikigap. Yeah. So I think with that, I don't know if there are more questions, but let us just take a moment and thank Brian. You can use emoji, you can unmute and thank you. Use your hands to clap in whatever way that you can do that, for taking us time, taking us through the trainings on metadata standards, ethical documentation, but also looking at some of the copyright that is very important, and a hint on the copyright laws that are available. I think with that, you can always reach out in the group. I don't know if all of us have created accounts on Wikipedia, but we can also do that maybe one-on-one in the groups. Or I don't know, Brian, if you have some few minutes to create, but also we are mindful that this has been a long meeting. We are now 9 minutes past the time that we're supposed to end. I wanted to also, maybe Brian, I can just share my screen to talk briefly about consent. Yeah, so we've developed a consent form. We understand that, I don't know if it's the law, but by default, the politicians are like public figures, so people will usually take their photos. However, we also understand the issue of privacy and data protection, and especially for creatives and artists. And we also created a consent form that anyone would want to use during their photo documentation could use this, and this consent is to ensure that to be photographed and documented for Wikimedia Commons and VisibleWikiWomen and Art+Feminism. So this is just a very brief consent form that I understand that and consent that my photo will be recorded by trained photographers participating in Art+Feminism campaign and VisibleWikiWomen campaign. And the photo is for educational advocacy and also documentary purposes. So it will be uploaded on Wikimedia Commons under Creative License and will be made publicly accessible and reused. So we thought that we could also create this consent form so that for those who may want to use it, can also use this as they take photos, and we can share this later after after today's meeting. But I will also share this with us so that anyone who can have this can view this photo. So that we can have access and also go through it. So with that, that is the part that I was supposed to go through in regards to the consent form. And on the agenda, we also supposed to cover about field assessment and briefing, looking at the photos, which we already captured, and then saying that we'll capture and document 50 photos, quality images under specific categories, which Brian already explained. And we will be working with 3 female photographers and 2 male photographers, but open to all to contribute. And we want to have this uploaded onto Commons and also VisibleWikiWomen campaign. And this will be, again, more work will be done with different photographers and feminists in regards to looking at the metadata and all that to ensure that the ethical consideration it's actually prioritized and copyright is also being respected and prioritized when we are photographing individual photos. I think with that, in case there are no more questions, we can go to the closing and next step. And Brian, I know you've spoken a lot, so I could take on this part. And one of it is maybe if there's any key takeaways and anything that you feel we should have more on these photos. Yes. And I will just call out names, and on my screen I have Muni Photos as the first person. If you have any key takeaways from this meeting or training. Yes, Brian has also shared the link to the slides, but also we'll be able to share them in the group or whatever format that we prefer it. Yes, Morning Photography, over to you. In case you're speaking, you're muted, but I'll come back to you. Sandra, do you have any key takeaways?
Thank you so much, Sandra. I'm privileged to be part of this, should I call it activity project? I don't know how to call it, but I'm so glad to be part of the platform. I look forward to work with you people. I commit to avail myself and all the support that I can give. Yeah, so that we continue to increase the visibility of our women members of parliament, not only in Uganda, beyond the borders. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. There's someone called Anik. I think Anik. I don't know if it's the name, if I've pronounced it well. Anyone who is free can just unmute. There is Dennis. There is Gilbert. Even the ED can say something. Brenda, Imelda. Any reflections or key takeaways?
This is Gilbert. I think my main takeaway was being taught on the Creative Commons and all various Creative Commons that we can use, and also the process of uploading images to the platform. Just realized, I think the easiest part of it is to take pictures. The greater work is to fill in the information and to fill in correct information to make sure that the rest of the users that will be consuming whatever that will be taking pictures of and information have the correct information. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Gilbert. For us, we're going to clap using the emojis. Anyone else? Dennis, Imelda, anyone, just feel free to jump in so that we can start our weekend officially. Imelda is saying she's unable to unmute. I am in a loud place, but my key takeaway would be the information Brian shared on copyright. That is something that not many people care for or even know about. So that was very informative to me. Thank you for that information. And also, we want to again thank Brian for sharing about copyright. Dennis, are you able to speak? So it looks like people are in a noisy place, but the ED says thanks for being part of this. Together we can do it.
For me, mine is about the sharings. For everybody who has logged in today, thank you so much. But I also do hope that you don't keep this information to yourself. Let someone, maybe students around you, people, your colleagues at the workplace, let them know about what we do as Wikimedia. And especially if you're creative, share with other creatives so that we can have more women joining from the space. We can make more women visible to the Wiki movement. Thank you.
Very insightful takeaways. Thank you, Julie. And also thank you for the moderation during the meeting. I think if there's no more reflection, we can close this meeting. And again, on behalf of the organizers, Julie, Brian, and Imelda, Martin, who was also on the call, we really want to thank you for being able to tune in and also for the work that has been put to ensure that this meeting is a success. We also want to thank our supporters who did this financially, whose knowledge, Wikimedia Foundation, and also Wikimedia Uganda for being able to do everything in this being able to ensure that this is supported and is successful. I think for any other information, we'll be able to use the WhatsApp group to engage, but also to share the list and ensure that we can pick some of the photographers, the creatives, the women in politics and the artists who will be able to document. Like Gilbert said, please feel free to also recommend some of the names that may be missing on the list so that we add and ensure that we can document more. And with this, I will stop here and maybe hand the mic to Brian in case he has anything to communicate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And also to each one of us who has been on this call. The meeting has been a long one, but we thank God that we've come to the conclusion of this meeting. And all I can say is please participate in the campaign. And also, even when the campaign is done, please don't stop contributing to free and open media. So the journey continues. There's someone who wants to know what Uganda is out there and also tell our stories. So if we don't tell our stories, then no one is going to do it for us. If we don't upload those images as people within the country, or then you're not going to, no one is going to be able to upload those images for us, because we see most of the images are paid for images. And maybe another last thing is in case, say, for example, we've seen from one of the images, say, of Betty, sorry, Anita Among and also Tayewa, is still, whether you get that shot when they are two or maybe they are discussing, please also take that shot. So on Wikimedia Commons, it can be shared. I mean, it can be cropped out. Sorry for taking you back to the presentation, but just only to show you something quick here. So this is the image where someone took Bet Mong and Tayewa, but this image, like this portrait, has been cropped out of this image we see here, and still down at the bottom, they show you that this image has been extracted from that. We might not get that good shot, but in case we get that person you're looking for, maybe is in the conversation, please also take that. Yes, Sandra, that's what I can say. In case it's the challenge, please can tag us within the WhatsApp group and we'll be able to help. Yes.
Okay, I think with that, would like to wish you a happy weekend. We'll be able to overshare the recording so that we can follow some of the conversation that you may have missed. I know that many have been having connectivity issues. Yeah, so with that, I would like to wish you a happy weekend and let's keep in touch and happy documentation.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye, everyone. Nice weekend. Bye.